Hello, athletes and fans of bodybuilding. I'm Lenda Murray, 8 times Ms. Olympia, and you are watching Olympia TV.
Woo!
We always bring you the best,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love, I just love the opportunities that we have here to actually have an athlete, a judge, where we can talk and just have a great conversation.
Oh, yeah.
So, all things bikini today.
Oh,
Our,
yeah.
our guest is IFBB Pro Judge. She was third in the world in 2020. She won the New York Pro in 2020. She's also an NPC judge.
Yep.
Welcome, Etila Santiago.
Woo!
Yeah, I love the
Yeah.
question. It was so fancy.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Welcome. Yes.
Thank you
And
so
of
much
course,
for having me.
you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Friday's very busy for
Yeah.
us in this
Yeah.
industry, especially we're so close to the Olympia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But it's always fun to have you guys. We always have a good chat all the time we actually meet. So it's good. Thank you so much. I'm gonna for sure enjoy that time with you guys here.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
We,
you. Thank
we
you.
have a lot to talk about. I mean, we
Yes.
have to talk about, well, first of all, we want to talk about, your bikini line, Etila Swimwear. We want to talk about what goes on behind the scenes. You're really involved with, seeing athletes heading into the Olympia, talk
Mhm.
about the criteria of the bikini division. I mean, we have a lot that we can cover. But before we do that, tell us what are you up to right now? What's it
Girl, I
going
was so busy. I feel like I don't have time to even think sometimes, yeah, it's just
on?
a lot. Summer in like as a judge, like it's so busy and we go everywhere, and it's good because I love to help.
Yeah.
I love to see the girls, especially bikini, of course, succeed in getting the goals, and that's exactly what this sport is about.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
um, I'm glad to be around. I'm glad to be helping them. And like you say that, yes, now we have a lot athletes come over to the gym,
Yes.
and then we look to them. We fix the pose, we give the feedback they need for to
Mhm.
get on the Olympia stage the best. They could be. And yeah, I feel like this is something that makes me a lot brings me a lot of joy because
Mhm.
to see the girls coming the one way and leave another way, or like say, oh my God, it's helped
Wow.
so much. Thank you so much, Étila. Like I feel good. I feel good. I really do.
Yeah. With that said, one of the big questions I have, this year at the Olympia, we have I know we have over 50 bikini pros that have qualified for the Olympia. You
Yes.
see them all year on the stage. Some of us, we recognize some quickly. They have a name,
Yeah.
they've been on the Olympia stage, some of them the first time. So my question is like, how do you, as a judge, um, they bring them out in groups, right?
Yeah.
First, and then
Yeah.
they have it. They get to come out individually.
Yeah.
How do you decipher? What's your process in deciphering like who's in the first call out, who's in the second call out, who's in the third call out, and keep track of all that? Because me as a media person, when I watch, um, it's just I'm like, how do you do it as a judge,
Yeah.
especially with such a
Yeah.
great lineup?
Yeah. It's hard. It's really hard. For example, when we talk about Olympia, we talk about the best of the best, right? So to get the first call out, you need to have the greatest package. And when I say the greatest package, it's come on the front pose and back pose, like perfect. And when I say perfect, is that of course like you bring your best. Everybody is different, everybody is different. So we can judge what you bring off. So for example, you have the front pose and back pose as bikini as a competitor, and if you don't bring, like, let's say the back pose in perfect condition, or the glutes fuller, or you see that maybe the condition is not right there, you kind of lose this first call out. So we need to check not just the front pose that, like, like sometimes can bring, some girls can bring a little more often, but you need to also see the back pose. That's exactly what we're looking for. The fullness, the conditioning, cannot be that harder, cannot be too soft. So like it's really hard, especially for women. We know,
Yeah.
like we have
Right.
hormones going crazy in our body. So,
Yes.
and to get to this perfect condition at the day, and the most important day, sometimes it's hard. We don't know. We don't know exactly how it's going to be. And for example, I know sometimes my 2020 Arnold class, I had my period one day before. So like, no, yeah, that's exactly what I felt like. I was like, no,
Right.
yeah, but listen, we can't control that, and it can happen anything. And sometimes it's like, yeah, it's the effort that you work for. Sometimes can just happen something in your physique. Oh yeah, my body was not that great, girl. I didn't like.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I think you
No.
look, I was actually pulled this one up and I thought, wow, like you look awesome.
No. I was like, I felt like I hold water, especially my low body, a lot. So when I look up again pictures and stuff, I was like, yeah, I was not that great. I was like, I'm too picky when, of course, about me, but now as a judge, I can see even more
You
because
can see it.
You're
yes,
I
yes,
see.
wow. Well,
Yeah.
I think there are some moves that you did that you're the first person I saw, like the way that you flipped your hair, which is probably something that you had to do because you have so much hair, and and you probably didn't even do it on purpose. But like now people are doing that same move and it's become a thing. Because I don't think people realize 2020 was kind of a while ago in terms of the evolution of bikini. And so
yes.
some of the things that you're doing here, I started seeing them more and more after you hit the stage.
Oh yeah, like I remember when I started to do this, and then like couple girls were doing, and I actually like it though. I was like, wow, she's doing the same thing I did, and like
Yep.
I think it's funny, but like in the good way. I feel like somehow some girls that didn't know me before,
Yeah.
and now doing, because so all the girls doing, and it's okay.
Yeah, and what would you say to the women out there that try to copy? Because if you can do it and you can do it naturally and flow with it, then it works. But don't just try to copy.
Yeah, that's the problem of a lot athletes, because some girls want to be like the other athletes that they actually follow or have a kind of inspiration. But if you do that and you don't kind of connect with the same level, I would say, not level, but like sometimes you can be a little more sexy and be you, can be more fun and be you. It's okay, everybody has your own personality. But sometimes you want to be too sexy, but then you look like awkward. Yeah, but it actually happens. And then and sometimes I feel like I see, and because we a woman, we understand, I try to talk to them like in the better way, of course, and say, listen, you are so fun, just be yourself. You don't need to be nobody. Just need to be yourself, present yourself as you are. And it's the same thing, like some girls come with a straight hair, girl, put this curly hair out of stage, understand? And like I really like to see that. I try to bring themselves to the stage. I think it's the best way to teach, even like if you want to feel comfortable in the stage.
Yeah. That's I always like talk about this too. I think this is kind of like along lines of what you're saying, but there are so many different energies on stage. Like if somebody has more of like a bubbly personality and she goes out there and she tries to like be all like sexy and seductive, that might not look right. But then some people, they're not like bubbly and smiley, and they try to be bubbly and smiley, and then that doesn't work. It's like everyone has like a different vibe, and if you try to, right?
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And I see a lot, especially as a judge. I feel I got a little more detail. I start to see even
Yeah,
more than I even was before when as an
Mhm.
you're
athlete,
looking for
because
it now.
yeah, yeah. So for me, it's just it's the package, of course, but also because I have so many good athletes,
Mhm.
everything counts,
Mhm.
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know.
And I would think that is challenging with like, well, just evolving and being able to be detailed.
Mhm.
Like when you look at bikini, and I'll listen to some guys that they'll commentate on bikini and they'll just continue to go from one woman to the next or competitor. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's sexy. Oh, like, no, you're breaking it down,
Yeah.
right? The- Everybody's pretty and beautiful,
Right.
but
Everybody,
those
I think so. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm,
Yes, I totally agree with you. Like
mhm,
everybody has a different body. For example,
mhm,
if you see Ashley Kawakis, her body is totally different of like Laura Lee. You know,
Right.
they're two different
mhm,
bodies. We need to look as they present their bodies. And
mhm.
of course, the best of themselves that's gonna look at the stage that we're gonna shine, you know, and
Yep.
that's exactly what you need to look for.
Yeah. And so when like with the names, and I said with these athletes, like I know the names, Laura Lee, or uh just the top
Maureen,
six,
Jen,
right,
Ashley.
and their bodies. So you know them.
Yeah.
You've seen them probably compete this year. A few, like I
Yeah.
know Laura Lee competed at the Arnold. She won the Arnold, so you know what she looks like. What she looked like then. You know what she looked like at last year's Olympia. Um, and I know when I see an athlete, I'm always looking for to see kind of that same thing or improvement or
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have that in your mind as well, like of course when you're judging.
No, of course. Like for example, I'm gonna talk about like the Miss Olympia now, Jennifer.
Yeah.
We have been seeing her for many times, so we know exactly how her body can be.
Yeah.
You know, like last year was definitely her best physique ever, and this was a good stand up, like to show that she could improve from the last year, and
Yeah.
Mhm,
exactly what bikini is about. And
mhm,
sometimes you, for example, we that's what we see, like when we go, for example, Laura Lee had the best physique at Pittsburgh, and we're like, and they ask her, what are you guys looking for? So that physique that
Yeah.
you were at Pittsburgh, exactly what are we looking for?
Yeah.
The problem is it's so hard to
mhm.
get on the same condition all the time.
Mm,
Yeah.
This is the
mm.
hardest. It's the
I
hard to
agree.
keep going to the same
Right.
position in a week or like two. It's
Yeah.
hard to get back and be exactly where it was. It's really hard. It's
Yeah.
really
Mhm,
hard. People don't understand that. But
Mhm.
when you a competitor, you can sometimes you end up getting too hard, a little more, or
Yeah.
getting too soft, and that's not exactly the condition you are looking for. But then that's why it's hard. That's why
Yeah.
mhm,
it's
mhm. Yeah,
I
I learned that at the bikini battle and having
oh
a
yeah.
conversation with Amy Lee Delgado and
Yeah.
Ashley Kaltwasser and Laura Lee, and
yeah,
listening to them talk, and
Yeah.
even what you said about your conditioning, like on that when your cycle came on, and this is
yeah,
something you could not control.
Yeah.
Like with bodybuilding, for
yeah,
us, it was all about like get bigger, get
yeah,
harder. You're just going to get leaner. Like,
Yeah.
you'll have a little variation if you're on your cycle versus not.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it seems like a really hard thing to control in bikini.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we don't have that much muscle,
Right.
and we cannot getting too hard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You as a bodybuilder, you guys can get that level without hurt your body, without hurt your conditioning, and even like if it hurt your placing. For
Yeah.
us, if you like get a little harder than you should be, you can start to like see striation that we don't want to see. We still
Right.
want to see the softness and the
Mhm.
fuller, but it's still able to not see like water on the muscle. You know what I mean? This is really hard. It's really hard.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. One thing I was just thinking about is you were talking about seeing the athletes multiple times, and it's kind of, it helps and it also can hurt somebody, because if you see somebody on stage, like you said, Laura Lee, she looked like that's the physique that you want to see as the ultimate physique. And then maybe, in 2022, she didn't come to the Olympia stage with the exact physique that you guys wanted to see her in. And it's like,
Mhm.
but if you had seen her for the first time ever, maybe she would have like wowed you in a different
Yeah.
way. And that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
the athletes that show up multiple times and you start to get to know them. It can really help them because they get seen, or maybe they get the nod, but then also they have to bring it
Yeah.
better than ever.
hmm Yeah. For example, like it's because Laurie has a really impact.
Yeah.
When you see her on the
Oh yeah.
stage, you can look to her and she always glowing. I
Yep.
would say she can feel ugly. She's still pretty,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
doesn't matter. She can have her period and she still look pretty. And like so. Um, but it's some outlets have this, you're catching, catch your eyes,
Yep.
and this is a good thing. But
Mhm.
when you don't bring the physique itself, that is like what
Mm.
bodybuilding is about. It's about your physique. Of
Mm.
course, you bring the glowing, like the and it also we talk about bikini,
Yeah.
makeup, hair, physique. Your bikini suit need to be good color, like also your tan, in everything is about also, the physique, because that's how you're going to show your physique. And then
Mhm.
if you don't have your tan right, you don't have even the glaze, if you put too much, get sometimes can be
Yeah.
can make you look soft. If you
Mhm.
don't do anything, you don't put any glaze, you can look even softer too. So it's so hard to get it on point, that you guys know
Yeah.
too. So
So was
yeah.
it always comfortable for you to give feedback? Like, not always comfortable. I'm sure it was challenging because I couldn't even imagine that. Like, so after the show, then the girls line up. I was at my show, right? Like in the pro divisions, they were done. I'm backstage being a promoter, running around. And there's this line of women.
Yeah.
That would scare me, Étila.
And then
I'm not
I
gonna
looked and
lie.
I said, like, what are you guys? They're like, oh, we're waiting for feedback. And I looked at
Yeah.
the line
Oh my
and
gosh, I was like this at the university. I had like an hour talking with the athletes, but
Right.
I mean, I was just so in the moment. I was like, I wanna, of course, I'm here to help anyway. But it's tiring. Yes, you there all day, but in the end, I feel like the best moment is when you're giving the feedback. I think,
Aw.
yeah,
so do you make notes? Like, how do you do? Because when I watch like Sandy, and she's the head judge, and
yeah,
she's calling out and I'm like, how is she able to stay focused on the whole process and
Right.
yeah,
then make a notation like, oh, your walk wasn't right or
Yeah.
your tan
yeah,
was horrible? Do you just make
yeah.
like a simple note so that you
Yes,
have
yes,
something you can
yes.
say to them?
We with time I need to learn how to put like a vibrations, and they're like, okay, this means this, and glues, I put just the glue, the G, and then after
She has her own
something else.
code.
Yeah, I put it like
Oh,
just to be a little faster, but when you have more details about, for example, the bikini, the tan, you need to write so like you know exactly what to say.
mhm,
But yeah, you need to. So what happened is like when you bring in groups, we see first call out, second, third call out. When they come individual, that's you when you actually write the
I see.
feedback, and
Yeah.
then we can judge them when we call the call outs.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of taking a lot of like this. My head hurts after,
I
but
bet.
it's a lot. Yeah, but in the end, is it's good. I feel like in the
Yeah.
end, like make you feel like you did something good.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there's so in the different levels, like you have like the entry level NPC shows, and then you have the regional level, and then the national, and then you have pro and Olympia.
Yeah.
Are there common themes like at this different levels, like common things that you find yourself giving feedback? Like we'll say at the Olympia level, are there common things that at that level you would say you find yourself consistently giving feedback on, and then so on and so forth?
You mean like what normally I would say?
Yeah, like let's talk about like let's go with like the top Olympia athletes. When they come to you for feedback, are there like specific things that you would say are pretty common across the board that you find at that level you give that feedback about?
So when we talk about Olympia, we talk about details.
Right.
Because you're so good. That is just so hard to just say like, oh, listen, you're not good on this. That's not happening.
Right.
And also they won a show or probably multiple shows to be at the Olympia. So they are good.
Right.
But when you talk about the Olympia, especially first call out, you talk about details like condition, maybe your bikini wasn't good, or like, I don't know, maybe the cut was too small, too big, or maybe it was too high. And it can make a difference in the body. And it actually can make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
If in your tan was not right, making you look not as conditioned, or if the posing because you're nervous, it happens a lot, end up not being the right pose, and you didn't show your body as it showed. Like, can be many of those, can be just one of those, depend, especially when it's about first, second, third place.
Oh yeah.
Probably just that bit of the details that probably is not going to be nothing. But at the day means a lot because we need to pick one and you need to pick the best. So sometimes even your hair, your makeup can make such a difference too.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I love this this statement here. A comment that just came in, and it says Étila was a phenomenal competitor and the first bikini competitor turned pro with the NPC in Brazil in 2018. As a judge, she has been a force expanding the NPC and pro league worldwide.
Yes.
This was Eric, right? I'm sure he was Eric.
We gotta give you your props.
You know what? That was so like coming into this interview, for me, one of the first things I thought, just your history and your background and how many like Brazilians are just infiltrating the IFBB NPC. So many amazing bodies, and so your beginning, your history, and how you came to really be like, did you just grow? Your culture just says work out. Like the women have phenomenal legs and glutes.
Yeah. No, I think our country has this water maybe go exactly where glutes and like and everybody asked me, "Do you give me that water?" I was like, I don't need it. but yeah, it's like I'm happy to be the first actually bikini competitor to win the overall and get the pro card in Brazil, because I remember that time was so like tough to get because you had so many good competitors that time, and we were seeking for this pro card so bad, and we didn't have the opportunity to go anywhere. Like, and yes, we have so many good athletes, and especially I feel like we are showing so many right now too. Like, and I feel so happy to see my country bringing the those competitors and like shining at the Olympia. And I always think like I never think about me. I think about like my country. And this was my last time in the Olympia. Yeah. So like, so like for me it's always like about how Brazil can shine. And then, like when I see the Brazilians bringing like a little bit of your sport, even like, we have classic physiques, we have really good bikinis, wellness, even men's physique too. So like even
Yeah.
bodybuilders, I mean, like we have a
Oh,
ton
yeah.
of them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like it's really good to see that,
Yeah. Across the board, men, classic physique, Raphael, is it the one that's
Yes,
challenging
yes, yes,
Brando?
But
That
yes,
challenges Chris Bumstead in that one.
yes,
Yeah, just across the board.
yeah,
I think it's awesome that you're talking about, all the athletes now, but I will say it is kind of crazy if you think about the fact that, here we are, this is 2020, right? And this is right when like the wellness division was just kind of hitting the scene, right? And you being like kind of one of the first forces coming from Brazil, this is like this time period was kind of the moment where Brazil really started to take off. And like you said, in all these divisions, we have,
yeah.
you know, and you were kind of a part of that initial boom. And so to wrap your head around that, it is kind of awesome,
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Yeah, I feel good about that a lot.
Yeah.
And I came from like the north of Brazil, where like the opportunities is like not easy,
Yeah.
And what is the comment
That,
now?
that Étila needs to come back. She's the baddest of them all.
uh-huh.
Aw.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I feel like coming from Recife, from like the northeast of Brazil, and the opportunities always never was like easy, especially, I mean, for me, for my family. So like to be at that stage and to be here, even talk to you guys, for me, it's so good. Like I always
Mhm.
thank God so much, because I would feel like I'm so blessed with anything that happens in my life, because I don't. I mean, I just thank God too much, because I
Mhm.
don't. Yeah, because everything that happened in life, I feel like it's just what is supposed to happen.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah.
speaking of which, you have done so much, I mean, from, being one of the top in the world, and like now, you're judging. I mean, you're just like a female phenom is what I call you.
Mhm.
And you have now launched your incredible swimwear line, Étila Swimwear. I would
Mhm.
love to know, like, what was your inspiration to create that? What's the process been?
Yeah.
Give us the 411
Yeah,
because
the
I
whole
think
story. When did you
I
start
need to
your,
something like that.
because I believe
Yeah,
you've had it for some
Yeah.
time, or you started prior to.
yeah.
No, so I was trying to explain to you guys even before, when like we're talking, but so I started this even before I stopped competing. But what happened is, the group of people that I was working with didn't was kind of just not good, and I lost all my money. I had to kind of feel like the dream was not, supposed to happen. And when I saw there another opportunity to bring this to live, I put my name on. So I put Atlas Swimwear, because at the first I started with Santiago. That was it's my last name. I put Santiago Swimwear, but then I was like, you know what? I put my name on it,
Mhm.
and like once I did this, I was like, also, this is my brand, this is mine, and it's my baby. I'm gonna do by myself, and do this time. I know it's gonna be harder. It's especially for me. I was to start a business in another country. I'm Brazilian, in US, and my English, it's okay now, but it wasn't that
It's
good.
pretty good.
Like, and then like for me to start to learn and going for like exactly what I want, I was like, okay, I need to search to learn to do what I can do. And I was doing everything by myself, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna work, because I will make it work. And I
Mhm.
mean, I'm glad to see more people knowing my brand now, and it's 2 years already, and now like I feel like now people knowing more and see exactly what I come from, like with quality. Uh,
Mhm.
my goals is bring, like, to you feel sexy, but also elegant in the swimwear too. So
Yeah,
that's exactly what I want to bring.
yeah.
And for me, I would be wearing swimwear all day, all the
Mhm.
time. it's me, I would be like that.
Yeah.
So that's exactly how I want to make them feel. You can wear it anytime.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're perfect for it because I know with fitness and our clothing, I remember I can go back, I don't know, like maybe 20 years ago. And I remember like when I go to a show and I was in Florida or near Miami, I was like, oh, it's Brazilian because you had the best like cuts and your material. It was just
Mhm.
something about Brazilian fitness wear and bikini that it was made of this really quality
Yeah.
material. Just guys
Yeah.
have that style. So, like, who better to get it from?
Yeah.
And from, you know?
I feel like because also I came from a city that I have a beach like 10 minutes away from my house. So like that's exactly how I was raised, like seeing, being a swimmer, going to the beach. So this is exactly how I
It's like it's
love
because I
to
live
be.
near the beach.
Yes, yes. Give me the beach. So like I was that's exactly what I always wanted, and for me to bring this to life, to let me see, sorry,
Because this
to
is
bring this to
exciting. This
life
was
is
your,
exactly like feel okay, I'm doing was like what I always want to do, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine like how much of a rush it must have been to put together not just
Mhm,
your swimwear line, but this fashion show that looks so legit. It looks so well produced.
Mm-hmm.
Um, tell me how that felt, just
yeah.
seeing it all come to life on stage with these girls rocking your suits. Like, what is that?
You you guys can hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Oh, we can
Yes.
hear you. Uh
Okay. I was like, my computer just started to talk to me. I was like, okay, I'm not talking to you.
huh.
That's what I
Oh.
love about live.
Yes.
Did you hear what I was asking was seeing, putting this swimwear line together and then seeing it all come to life, putting together this fashion show. What was that like when you like took a step back and you're seeing all these beautiful girls wearing your suits, walking down a runway? Like, how does that feel? That must be just the best feeling.
I was really nervous actually. So
Yeah.
I was kind of I did the walk too when I was super nervous. I had to drink like some
Really?
shots of tequila to make me feel good.
Really?
No way.
Yes, girl. Yes. I
I would
think
have
it's
never.
I think it's because was my brand, my name in,
Yeah.
like this make me feel like nervous of like I don't want to do anything wrong. And it's
Mhm.
me. It's I was like I am the one that if I like I said, if I put my name on, I want to do my best. I want to do like the perfect way. So
Mhm.
for me, I was like, okay, it's not just my show. I'm going to walk in my own like swimwear. So I was like, that's I took like I don't know if a 3 shots tequila before coming in.
That's funny.
You
I
know,
had to do that or I would be like shaking probably. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe because it was just me at the moment, like feel like the pressure.
Mhm.
But once I
Mhm.
got in the stage, I was like, okay, this is I love to do this, like this is homey. So I
yeah.
was like, feel good. I felt good. Yeah.
So
Mhm. Yeah.
this was a few shots in here.
Yeah, this was my walk.
Well, you know what? I think that it's makes sense because we see the glitz and the glam and we see how beautiful this is. And I think that there's this fantasy of, just putting together a swimwear
Mhm.
line and doing this fun fashion show. But
Mhm.
behind the scenes, I can only imagine how nerve wracking it is, how much work it is,
Mhm.
and, the desire for perfection and wondering if anything's going to go wrong. After it all goes well, you have the ability to say, okay, it was a success, but going in,
Yes.
oh my gosh, yeah, that's a nerve wracking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in the same family of it was easy for me to be on stage and just compete as Ms. Olympia because I was in control of it was just about me at that time. But when as a promoter of an event and I have like 150 pros coming to my show and NPC athletes and all of the logistics of like that's a lot of pressure because that's like the business side of it. And I'm
Yes.
responsible for every
Yes.
single athlete. And so you
Yes.
feel the same. I mean, this is
Yes.
your business. It's not just,
Yes.
it's a
It's the
lot.
responsibility of bring something good.
Mhm,
And when, like you said, Lena, it's like it's yours. It's like your baby.
mhm,
It's something that you want to bring. The people gonna talk, and you want to the feedback be something good about it.
mhm,
So when it's all involved, it'll be like, oh my gosh, what are gonna say? What it's gonna be like? All this pressure on you, and I feel like, and also because I was in the show too. So like
Yeah.
yeah,
everything was happening. I was
right.
doing, I'm in the show too. So like it was a lot.
Mhm.
But was good. I was
You
so
Killed it.
excited. I feel like Bernadette that I did the show there, like at the Republic of Texas, she helped me a lot. She
Mhm.
she put
Yeah.
make this all together for me as well. So like I felt so good to do that there. And I mean,
We
yeah,
love Bernadette.
yeah,
Mhm.
she's so nice. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, everybody thinks clothing lines, like it's just really easy for people to say, "Oh, I'm going to have a t-shirt line, or I'm going to have a bikini line, or I'm going to have a clothing line." Like, why don't you have a clothing line? I'm like, dude, do you not realize? Like, when I look at just like one of your pictures here of an outfit, like let's say the light blue, that you have to say, okay, how many SKUs do you have? You have small, medium, large.
A lot.
You know what I mean? So just in that color, you have to have like,
Right?
I'm not sure how that works with swimwear,
Yeah.
but I'm still
Mhm.
saying it's much more.
Yeah, but also you need to make bring a diversity too. Like nobody, you cannot just bring one. For
Right.
example, I brought like two colors that was really high that summer. And
Mhm.
you need to be attempt of like summer colors. What is coming with? It's a
Yeah.
lot going on in the fashion industry, and it's not easy. I see a couple people even like trying to do stuff. I was like, I always feel like, if you want to do it, do your best. Like, of course, like
Mhm.
it's your dream, do it, but it's not easy. It's not easy.
Mhm.
I already thought about like giving up once, but I was like, no, this is
No.
mine. I will do it. I'm not giving up. Like, so because it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
really, especially in the beginning. I'm still in the beginning. So for me, it's sometimes kind of get frustrated, or sometimes but the feedback I have that keep me alive, like keep me,
Okay.
I love this, the bikini, the quality is good, it's so comfy, all this make me feel good. I love this design, I love this. So also I love the feedback,
Yeah.
and that's what I actually it's about, and
I
have
want.
so many brands too.
Oh
You
yeah.
need to understand, like, I'm not here to take over anybody. I'm here to do my thing, and
Yeah.
I like everybody to shine. And your design is gonna be different than mine. Even like, but it's the same thing. You don't buy only one clothing line.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know.
What
Yes.
about
So
you? What is your, because I mean, you designed this and you're thinking about all the different body types that you're catering to, but what
yeah,
is your personal favorite bathing suit, bikini style?
girl, I love to be in the sun. So for me, the smallest bikini ever can be.
Smallest.
The Brazilian cut, that's exactly how we call, because that's
Mhm.
exactly how we see normally. And I also need to open up to bring also different cuts, because not everybody like the smallest cut. So
Yeah.
I need to bring also a different cut, a different style, to kind of show people that it's not just one style only.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you would just choose how it would be, I would be like the smallest bikini, because I like to be tanning all day in the sun. But also I like to bring the different designs that can make you even go to a pool party if you want, or like go to a party that you can be like wearing a bikini over the top, just mix match with something. Um, the suit I was using for the fashion show can literally be a bodysuit, and you can just put a jeans in or something else,
Okay.
and walk. Yeah,
So
Mhm.
this one right
yeah,
here.
yes. After the show, I put like a black pants. I looked
Yeah.
like I had a swimsuit, like
Oh,
a
nice.
yeah,
Okay.
a jumpsuit. I look like I had a jumpsuit with me.
Mhm.
So it's
Oh,
good.
that's
I want to
cool.
bring also this differentiation, like you
Yeah.
can
Mhm.
wear this and put a jeans or a skirt or a pants or anything and it look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. I like
Somebody
that.
somebody asked, and you could directly, answer this however you want. Somebody wanted to know if you're ever going to compete again in the future.
Oh my God.
Everybody wants to know that always, right?
I don't say I'm not saying
You don't have
Never
to answer
say,
that.
never say never.
You don't have
that's my answer. I never say never for nothing, but well, I don't know. This is complicated.
the
Yeah,
door's
yeah.
not the
Just
door's
never
not
say
open
never.
and it's not closed. You're
Mhm.
you're just kind of seeing what life brings you next. You're
Mhm.
Yes.
enjoying the ride.
Yep.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
put words in your mouth. I don't know. I just
Well, I think it's like awesome because you've done so much
yeah.
for Brazil
Oh
and
yeah.
Yeah.
just bringing the athletes to the stage and attention to Brazilian athletes,
Absolutely.
like that in itself is
Yeah,
just
like for example, to be back competing, you would be giving up a lot too, that I'm
Yeah.
doing now.
Mhm.
And but yeah, I never say no for nothing because life it's a big surprise.
Mhm.
We
Exactly.
Yeah.
never know about tomorrow. We know about today.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love the sport. I live the sport.
Mhm.
I still do my diet every day because like that's exactly how my lifestyle is. Of course, now I eat French fries on the weekend. It's okay.
I know when I see
On the
you, you're
weekend?
always looking phenomenal. So you're just
Oh, girl, I eat a
let's
lot. I don't want to even start because I don't know. I eat a lot, a lot. I do. I
I'm like,
do.
just French fries on the weekend? That's it? Come on.
No,
No.
I eat a lot. But I'm like saying French fries because
Right.
it's kind of,
Well, here's
let's
what
say,
I'll here's what I'll say, and just observing you and just everything that you've done in and out of the sport, it's like people when you look really good and you still look like you could go out there and win the Olympia, the first thing
Mhm.
people think is, well, why
Mhm.
don't you compete? But
Yes.
also, you're doing so many other things outside of competing. I mean, a lot of people start competing so that they can have a platform to do a lot of the things that you're doing, between,
Mhm.
judging and starting
Mhm.
your swimwear company and having like the following and the impact that you have on people. It's like for you, you've created that platform and competing was part of creating that platform. Now you have it and you can do whatever you want with it. And I think, competing is maybe potentially like the piece of that puzzle that helped
Mhm.
kind of flourish your whole, next several chapters, right?
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, I feel it's, I feel like I have my heart as an athlete still. Like I
I
do
bet.
every, yeah. I mean, because that's my lifestyle. Like it was
Yeah.
not hard for me. Hard
Yeah.
for me was traveling from Brazil, like
Yeah.
36 hours sometimes, depending where you like 26, depending where you come. And because my city is really on top, like Brazil is in the north, I need to go to São Paulo, somewhere. It was so many stops. But yeah, I even tried to live here before, as a asking for favor. Can I live here to compete? Like I was like,
Yeah.
it was hard.
Yeah.
Also because the opportunities I didn't have before. Like I was really trying hard. I don't know. Life is
Did you do
life.
sports? Wait, what because you are an athlete. What sports did you do?
Before competing,
Yeah.
I was a basketball player and
No way.
a swimmer. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was
Awesome.
it was really like really back. I was at that before being an athlete. I was a model. Like I was modeling.
Oh yeah.
I was that big.
Well,
Yeah.
That's not hard to believe.
I was
So,
really
so
small.
what female, who influenced you? Like growing up in Brazil,
Yeah.
did you see, like, do you have siblings, sisters, or cousins, or your mom? Because it just seems like that's just, we call the posing suit or the bathing suit Brazilian cut because you guys are known for the best rear ends. I'm gonna just say.
Yeah. I mean, about my swim line, no. I feel like it was just me. I think a lot. I think I might have a little more thing on my head. I always think something else. I don't know. But I always wanted to have my own brand. And because I love to be in the sun, it would be just easy for me, you know? And of course I lived in the summer all the time. Like Pittsburgh is not but like I lived in like 365 days in the year was summer for me in my city. So
that makes sense. That does make sense. I've never been to Brazil.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? You have to go. Yeah, you have to go.
Beautiful. So 365 days, the weather is consistent.
So Brazil is really big. Brazil is really big. So the north of Brazil, we have kind of like summer all year. Of course, like in the middle of June, July, we have rains. It's kind of where like the autumn like comes and be kind of, you know, doesn't look good too much. It's like winter for us, kind of that thing. My mom thinks it's cold. I feel like I put it just a little jacket. I'm fine, you know.
But you want to be in a bathing suit.
I could be in a bathing suit too. But literally, it doesn't go down more than I don't know, 6'5". I don't know. It's just like it just rains and it be humid, you know. That's all. But it's not cold.
Okay.
I mean, but we have the countryside of the city that can be colder. We have the south of Brazil that can be colder too. Even like sometimes even snow, but that's exactly different parts of Brazil. Brazil is huge,
right?
Okay. So well, just go to the part that doesn't have, you know, winter. Okay. Just go that part.
Oh yeah, I'm so intrigued.
I know. We're putting two and two together. This is why there's so many amazing physiques that come from Brazil, because you guys.
So Natalia, our Ms. Olympia women's physique, Natalia Coelho Abraham, she's born and raised in Brazil. I'm not sure what part, north or south.
I don't know exactly, but she's from Brazil. Yes. Okay. But look, like here, we're gonna go to, you know, winter and the end of the year in their summer. Okay. So if you want to leave the winter, just go to Brazil.
Okay, definitely will do. I know you're also a big part of the NPC's National Women's Workshop, and we have that planned and scheduled for January. So I mean, in a sense, you're always on that stage up there as one of the leaders in demonstrating the poses and presentation and the best things that a bikini pro can bring to the stage.
Yeah, I feel like, especially because we have a lot of NPC competitors there too, it's good to bring this package of showing what you have to do on stage, how you need to show up. The girls have so many questions, and it's good to actually answer them. And they feel more secure about like going on stage. Some of them doesn't even that's so cute picture though. Some of them like doesn't even understand or never came on stage before. Couple like did but doesn't know exactly how it works. And it's good you be part of the women's seminar so you can understand and even have the connection with everybody. Like everybody's so nice, everybody have like, you know, have fun there. So it's good to have this feeling, and you see like, you know what, this is a big community, like people would just want to go here.
I remember one of the first things I heard you say to the bikini NPC athletes. You said, okay, ladies, you know, no touch, you know, you don't have to, you make sure like this is strip show. No touching yourself.
I know she makes us all laugh.
I think it's
not necessary. No touching. I was like, yeah.
You don't need to touch yourself. Like, okay, through your hands, yeah, I feel like because some girls, like we were talking about how to pose, and sometimes the girls want to be somebody else, so it shows some way that they kind of admire, let's say, an athlete that look more sexy, and it's okay. You can still, if you don't know exactly how you are on stage, you can still try to figure out this with the process. But when you try to overdoing, that is like what doesn't look good on stage, especially because we're talking about bodies, and you are showing your body, your physique. So when you touch it too much or try to be too sexy, maybe that's not exactly the stage you should be. I don't think I was just joking.
No,
but
we don't really see it as much anymore. But I do feel like there was like a period. Maybe you're the reason why, because people started listening to your teachings. But there was a period where it was kind of a weird. We were having some growing pains, I'll say, in the bikini division.
And I think it was exactly when wellness came, and I feel like they start, because they have such amazing bodies, right? Oh my gosh, it look like they look goodness, right?
Yeah,
it's like
my goodness.
And then they start like trying to be more different ways sexier, and I feel like I understand that part too, because they literally are sexier, like way sexier than bikinis, for example. But when you try to bring that much, especially the details of like touching, I feel like that's like when kind of doesn't look that good, because we are still this is still a competition for a bodybuilder, physique and stuff. So that's the only reason. And I feel like this just bring more I want to say the seriousness of like being a competitor too.
Yeah. So that's interesting so wellness and bikini, there's a different type of swag.
I guess so.
I was gonna say, like you said, when wellness came out, like I'd want to touch myself too if I look like that. It's like, how do you keep your hands off of yourself? Right?
I actually understand that too. Probably that's why I started. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm too good, man. Why I cannot touch it?
I mean, you know what I mean? I get it.
I get it too. But I feel like it's just about you are on stage, you showing your physique, it's a competition. That's the only reason, And I try to bring this as a joke, like, don't touch yourself, because it just because this is still a competition. That's all. Yeah.
So are you excited about this upcoming bikini Olympia? I mean,
I am
already decided that she's just going to take a break this year, and so it's kind of cool to see like the doors open, and we have a lot of representation there. Ms. Olympia's currently, So what do you think about this upcoming? Bikini?
So I think bikini is a division that never has a closed door. Like, it's always open.
Yep.
It's a division that can be such a small difference of each one that anybody can win. So I don't think it's like something like, not taking the credit off of her of being Miss Olympia, but it's because I feel like there are so many good competitors that can bring the physique of the day. So yes, it's always exciting for me to see the Olympia, especially for bikini, because I feel like it can be always a surprise.
Yes. This year I'm excited about the bikini division, the figure division, women's bodybuilding, women's physique. We had a lot of like different things going on with all of the women's divisions. You know what I mean? Like Sarah Villegas, and then it's Natalia who's going to win that, and Will Sid Gillen. get her 8th Olympia.
Yes.
The things with going on with women's bodybuilding, with the Rising Phoenix and Andrea Shaw coming in to say, "Hey, look at me, look at who I am, what I've done since the Rising Phoenix." It's really an exciting lineup across the board in all the women's divisions.
I agree. And also, I don't know, but I don't know if I told you guys, but I have my booth at the Olympia too with Etila Swimwear. So I will be crazy.
Wow.
Whoa, you're gonna be doing that. There's like a fly. I'm sorry, you guys. I keep going like this because there's like a fly. You're probably wondering what I'm doing.
Yeah. Wow, that's exciting.
And it wants my nose. So you're doing your booth for Etila Swimwear. You're gonna be judging. You're gonna be probably managing your booth and everybody that's involved in it. Honestly, I don't know how you're gonna do it.
So yeah, like last year for me was tough. I had my booth at Olympia and it was like back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe this year will be just in my booth. Maybe I don't know. I would decide. And because I really want to focus on my brand too.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I want to like be there, but I will be watching too. So like I don't know. I just want to sometimes you need to do one thing perfect. You need to step up a little bit, and sometimes that what happens, you need to choose, but
you can do it all. You can do it all.
Girl, it was really crazy last year. I'm telling you, I was like, I didn't even eat, honestly.
I believe it.
I was like, I took a snack I think I ate a snack. I ate breakfast and ate a snack at like between 4 to 5 before finals, and then I didn't eat anymore. I was like, I can't do this to myself, But it's just a busy weekend, and it's okay, like, so I'm not complaining. But
you're prepped. You're prepping for it mentally.
Yeah, mentally, I know how busy I was. I need to know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, tell us how people can purchase. Where should they go? To your Instagram? Is there a website? Or just go to your booth? And do you know the number where you'll be at the Olympia?
I will be sending soon, like everything about the Olympia. But yes, you can go to etilaswimwear.com and search here for which type of bikini you like. This is you can also search on Instagram, Etila Swimwear. And be aware, like maybe I will also launch a couple, 2 bikinis before the Olympia, just for the Olympia. And I want to give like that credibility, of course, to be at the Olympia as well. But I'm so excited. One more year at the Olympia with my booth, and it was great last year. I hope this year will be great as well. And I'm just so excited because it's my baby.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. It's really nice to hear competitors using their name, their brand, everything that you stand for, what you've accomplished, being a representative of your country, of Brazil, and launching and having this amazing bikini line. Like that's, like I said, Brazilian.
We're so rooting for you.
Bring a little bit of Brazil here.
Yes. We're so rooting for you and cheering you on, and just love to see you came in here just a force to be reckoned with, straight from Brazil. You just hit the scene, killed it in bikini. You're killing it in your business. You're doing so much, and we're rooting for it all. And we're just so happy for you.
Yeah.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. I mean, definitely is not easy, but what is going to be easy if it's not like, what is supposed to happen? I feel like everything that you work for and you're doing with love, can work, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do now, and I feel good about my brand. I feel like it can be big, it can be something good, so that's why I work for. But also it's good because I have opportunities like this. It's amazing. I like you guys so much. I always want to have you guys together, and thank you so much, you guys, for like having me, because you guys so nice. I feel like I could be talking all day here.
We could, I know, right?
Well, yeah,
We'll have to bring you
thank
back.
you. Thanks for taking the time to, from your schedule, because Fridays, like you said, Fridays are really busy. And I want to thank everybody out there that's tuning in. Go and check out Etila Santiago's. Check her out at the booth at the Olympia. Go to her website, and just thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And it's also
I hope you guys be in my booth too.
we're gonna come. Yes. I'm gonna look for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been waiting for you guys there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're there.
Yeah. And signing off with my co-host Wendy Fortino. She'll be at the Olympia on that stage. But to everybody out there, and thank you again, guys, for joining us with Etila Santiago.